want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makak, Wadash, and the double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone for enduring, pushing this truth, right, day in and day out, and week after week. This is Jacob, son of Sis Jr., son of Sis Sr., and the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. All right, so if you dwell in the midst of them that rise up against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you are in danger of this destroying wind, which is the ICBM missiles. All right, so Russian naval group arrives in Cuba, U.S. increasing Atlantic naval presence. Russian flotilla or Florida coast sparks deployment of U.S. Navy destroyers, planes. Russian warship in Cuba are no threat, U.S. says. But it's a warship with nuclear missiles. All right. What is this? Tampa Bay Times. U.S. attack sub arrives at Navy base in Cuba after Russian fleet docks in Havana. All right. The USS Helena is seen in this undated archive photo. The fast attack nuclear-powered submarine. So it's a nuclear-powered submarine made port Thursday. All right, but Russia's Esau Edom has a nuclear missiles on this. Right. Jeremiah 51 and 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Slaki. Damn it. God damn it. Salaki.
Well, I'm obviously limited in what I can say, but I think you can read between the lines of what the director has now been saying pretty consistently. Here's what I can tell you we know, and it's known publicly, and you can put the common sense together to deduce what I'm about to say. We know that ISIS runs a human trafficking operation, a migrant smuggling operation. They do it primarily to make money off of it out of Central Asia. We know, and common sense tells you, that if ISIS wanted to get terrorists into the United States, it would make sense that they would use their migrant smuggling operation to get those people into the country. And so I think we have strong reason to believe that there are people in the United States, as I speak to you now, that are here.
Had contact with Chinese nationals down there. That I've had a direct dialogue with a Border Patrol agent about give me just a rough profile who's coming across the border. It's the first time I've had one of the Border Patrol agents say it is changing dramatically. It's the first time that they've had contact with Chinese nationals down there, and they're concerned that everyone knows what the pathway is now: fly into Canada and come across the northern border, or fly into South America, pick your country and make your way across the southern border. So this is something that's real, and the Border Patrol agents and Homeland Security are starting to see that more often.
What is the point of these tens of thousands of Chinese nationals coming to the country, do you think? Right? You can't just get up and leave China, right? You've got to get approval from the government, communist country. So is Xi Jinping sending these people here, do you think?
Absolutely. I don't think that there's any doubt that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. This is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. New International Version. For then there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now. Unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. Never to be equaled again.
I don't want her to die alone with only her cats to comfort her. And that's why I have to inform her that men are totally repulsed by smug, condescending attitudes in women. Like, this is the personality trait that men, all men everywhere, find the most off-putting. Okay, you might think that it's funny or cute or endearing, but it's not. It's disgusting. We recoil from it instinctively. Our aversion to it is deep and visceral. So if you're a woman and you want to turn off as many men as possible, just be sarcastic, smug, and condescending. And it's not just men. People in general find that kind of personality to be extremely gross and repugnant. Although perhaps I shouldn't really call it a personality. And it is indeed the absence of personality. You know, she's very animated and makes lots of exaggerated gestures and facial expressions. But underneath all of that is a bitterness and narcissism and shallowness that the histrionics cannot sufficiently compensate for. I don't want her to die.
He doesn't want her to die with cats. All right? Well, we're coming to a time where the cats ain't going to die with you. All right? And the Poopsie ain't going to die with everybody. All right? Some will, some won't. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. So we're in the west, but the sun rises from the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Now, Psalms 83 tells us who our enemies are, but at the same time, our own people are our enemies. All right, so you can read Psalms 83, start at verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies, the Lord has enemies, make a tumult, and they that hate thee, the Lord is hated, have lifted up the head. If the Lord wasn't hated, it wouldn't be so many different make-believe gods and so forth, when everybody's truly thankful for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for the food, the shelter, their women, their children. I'm not talking about Israelites, I'm talking about these other nations. Right, for their success is really the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that has given these things to them. All right. 83:3 of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, who are the Israelites, and consulted against thy hidden ones, who are the Israelites. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, and they have succeeded. Right? That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Oh, 41. No, 141. Slagi. But I'm just curious of what this was since I typed it in. I'm not going to read it. I just want to see what it is. Because I don't know why that came to me. Okay. All right, so First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 1. Then took Georges 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen, and removed out of the camp by night, to the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews and smite them suddenly. And the men of the fortress were his guides. All right. Matter of fact, we're going to get it in this. Salakia, rookie mistake. The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19. Salakia. The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 18. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 2. To the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews and smite them suddenly, and the men of the fortress were his guides. Well, guess what, Esau? Joke's on you.
President Biden announcing executive actions yesterday to temporarily suspend asylum claims if illegal migrant crossings at the southern border exceed 2,500 a day for 7 days. Customs and Border Protection.
They've been going 5,600 a day, all right? They used to be 10,000 a day. It's over, right? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. You want to tell everybody come to America, and everyone should leave his laws. So they want the Muslim women to leave their laws. They want the Muslim men to leave their laws. They want the Chinese people to stop wearing their clothes and start wearing our clothes. They want everyone to come together and be all one people. Right? They want to build a tower to Babel, a tower in Babel. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 42, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Now, some of the Israelites also, Salakia, Salakia. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, which is Yahweh, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him. Who is him? The enemy. Right? Let's prove it. The enemy. Adversary, foe, enemy, oppressor.
Strong's H, 6862. Tsair.
Made me think of, what is it, Micah 7:10. She that is my enemy. All right. Adversary, foe, enemy, oppressor. All right. Straits, distress. Narrow, tight. As a noun, a tight place, usually, figuratively, trouble. Jacob's trouble. All right. Also a people. All right. An opponent as crowding. Adversary, afflicted, affliction. Anguish, close, distress, enemy, flint, foe, narrow, small, sorrow, straight, tribulation. Right. Tribulation. Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no ever shall be. Okay, baby. Give me 1 second, I'm recording.
Get out.
I ain't say get out. Close the door. Thank you, baby. All right, the spirit, the breath, right, the rakah,
Strong's H, 7307. Ruach.
right, the courage, right. You're talking about the spirit of the Lord here. You're talking about the breath of the Lord, the breath of ear, the ear, right, the courage, the temper, the anger, right? As gift, preserved, but you're not going to cherry pick, right? You're not going to cherry pick. Right, we got anger, blast, breath, cool, courage, mind, quarter, side, spiritual, tempest, vain, right? Exaltation, all right? This is all the beginning. Wind, by resemblance, breath, a sensible or even violent exaltation, figuratively, life, anger, unsustainability, right? So that's the spirit of the Lord. It's going to lift up a standard. What's this definition?
Strong's H, 5127. Noose.
The definition for standard in Hebrew: to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear, to fly, to the attack on horseback, to drive at, to take flight, to put to flight. Right? As it is written, one of you should chase 1,000, and 10 of you should chase 10,000. To drive hastily, to cause, to disappear, to hide. right? Strong's definition, primitive root, to flit, vanish away, subside, escape, causatively, chase, impel, deliver, abate, away, be displayed, make to flee away, put to flight, hide, lift up, a stand. And I want to give Yahweh Shem Yahushua all honor, glory, and praise for my phone being turned in. I left my phone at the store about an hour ago when I was FaceTiming my oldest son with my other daughter. When my daughter was there with me, and there's a lot going on. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. All of the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They're here. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. They're here. There is none understanding in Esau, Edom. There's no understanding in him. Right? There's no understanding in him. In Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21, though hand in hand, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So Esau, Edom is pursuant to the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. Esau, Edom, Genesis chapter 25, verse 25, Genesis chapter 36, Psalms chapter 137. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Right? You want to sit up in the temple like you are Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but the seed of the righteous should be delivered. The seed of the righteous should be delivered, and that is only Israelites, regardless of what race they may look like. Only Israelites. Right? And I think that's it for that. He hopes he's wrong. GOP Senator fears it's a matter of time before U.S. has a terror attack. He's not wrong. It's just a matter of time.